Hey y'all, it's your girl Jada J back at it again for part 2 of the New Edition story. Like I said, I'm here for it, y'all. This was even better than last night, and that was hard to top. So, and I'm ready for tonight also. By the way, sorry I keep coming at you guys with these kind of late, but it's on time at the same time. So, anyway, let's go right in. Okay, so New Edition story part 2. This is very good. How y'all doing? Everybody good? Good. So yeah, okay. So it opened up with Ralph talking to Gary, I believe. And he's talking to Ralph, because not Ralph, he's talking to Gary. Ralph is talking to Gary, which is their new manager, because they let Brooke go. And he's telling him, because he's sensing that the guys are kind of feeling some type of way that he's getting all the solos, singing pretty much all the songs. Like, he really was, honestly. And he's like, you know, would it be, like, he was asking, he was like, can I ask you something, Gary? Like, why am I singing all the songs? And he's like, what do you mean? You're the lead singer. That's kind of how it works. He was like, I know, but can't we at least get the guys some parts? He was like, why? They're getting a little jealous or something? And he's covering for them. He's like, no, they're not jealous or anything. I'm just saying, you know, can we do something? He was like, look, man, that just comes with the territory. The lead singer is going to get the solos and stuff. He was like, can we at least give them some parts in the song where they can say their names, like in Candy Girl? Can we at least do that? He's like, yeah, man, we could do that. So yeah, he was really actually looking out for the interest of the guys, because he knew, obviously, when he's in the studio, they're going to the club. So I would assume they're starting to feel some type of way. And, because, I mean, obviously they're not singing anything, so they're kind of just like, why are we here? But it's mixing with that jealousy, too. They'll just go out to the club or something, like, we're not even getting a verse. So what do we go practice our dance moves at the club, I guess, you know what I mean? So yeah, he sensed that. So Gary is like, you know, how am I going to tell my little star? No, he definitely favored Ralph. Which, again, that annoyed the rest of the guys. So then, I don't know, they were all getting in the car to go somewhere with the two, I don't want to call them security guards, because it seemed like they were more like friends of the guys, but they could act as bodyguards. But it was Jeff, and I can't remember the other guy's name. But, so yeah, they're friends, they're like chaperones. I remember they said that in the first episode. They're chaperones. They're taking them to, I don't know, to like a photo shoot or something. Or it might have been a rehearsal, I don't remember. And so they're all getting in the car, and Mike is like, I want a window seat. Because everybody got in the car, it was just him, he was about to get in. I think it was Bobby, was like, no, like, he tried to get in, and then he kept pushing him. He was like, no, man, like, I'm sitting here. Mike is like, come on, move over, dude. He's like, no, I'm not moving over. And he keeps trying to get in, he's like, man, don't put your butt on me. And they're all laughing and stuff, like, I think I'm gonna need $20 for the window seat. So Mike is just like, okay, you being funny, and forget all y'all, I'm about to take the cab. So, but Jeff, the chaperones already assumed that they got in the car. They're friends. I'm just gonna call them their friends. They assume they already got in the car. Well, he already got in the car, so they hear the door shut and they start driving. They run over Mike's foot. So he's mad and he's like, stop the car, man, stop the car. Like, you ran over my foot. And Jeff was like, oh man, I'm sorry. I thought you got in the car. I heard the door close. So then Bobby, like, comes out of, like, the window, because the rest of the guys now, they're not joking anymore, because they know it's kind of serious. They were laughing at first, then they was like, oh, dang, he's actually hurt. But Bobby, like, you know, the little sunroof, he was like, man, you whining like a little witch, talking about, oh, when, stop the car. So Mike was like, and spit in his face. I'm talking about a hawk spit, like, right up in Bobby's face. So he was like, how about that now, witch? Yeah. No, that's what Mike said. Bobby jumped out the sunroof onto Mike, and they fighting. Mike got him though, and he was about to choke him out. They had to get Mike off, like, you gonna kill him. And he was like, yeah, now what? Mike beat Bobby both times, because he always tried to come for Mike, like, but Mike could have handled it better both times. But then at the other one, they were at the show performing, and when they're singing, Mr. Telephone Man, there's something wrong with my line. I like that song. Bobby, like, kept overdoing it. Like, when they're supposed to move on to the next song, Bobby would, like, improv with the crowd. Like, Mr. Telephone Man. And they're still like, why does he do this after every show? Like, we need to move on to the next song. So Bobby, you know, he loves the attention. He's out there singing to the girls and stuff like that. He was like, all you Oklahoma girls are so dang fine. You know, he just improv. And so the guys are like, why does he do this after every show? So then Riz, or they call him, that's his nickname, but Ralph is like, man, I'm about to cue the next song. They're like, no, if you did it, we all gonna look stupid. So he's like, I don't care, I'm making a call. So then the disc scratches and the DJ moves to the next song. And then Bobby, of course, they move to Cool It Now. And Bobby causes a scene, And he's like, I just want to let you guys know this is the last time you'll see me with New Edition, and throws the microphone. And Mike is just rolling his eyes like, dude, whatever. And they're all just kind of stay professional because the crowd is looking like, what's going on? But they're staying in character, being professional. Bobby goes backstage, so they start singing their song and stuff like that. And Mike gets to his part, and he's going to sing Bobby's part because Bobby walked off stage. So Bobby comes up, snatches the mic, and starts singing. So then Mike tries to get the mic back, and Bobby is trying to move it. So Mike was just like, you know what, forget it. And they start fighting on stage. And Mike, once again, was on top of him. It was a wrap for Bobby. They had to grab Mike. Then Gary telling him, like, look, Bobby gotta go. But it's a group decision, so y'all gotta vote on it. Because they really didn't want to let him go. Because remember, Mike almost got kicked out for spitting on Bobby's face and choking him. And Bobby was the one who was like, well, we are the group, right? Because Gary wanted to kick Mike out for that. He was like, I spoke to the moms. They're saying Mike should be kicked out. He shouldn't have spit on you, tried to choke you out, whatever. And Bobby's like, I say he stays. And that's so Mike was kind of in the group. He was able to stay. So then when it came to a vote about Bobby, Mike was just like, can we at least give him a break, like a hiatus, but then he can come back? And then Gary's like, for what? Like, he's never going to change. He's like a poison to the group. Y'all need to let him go. They finally put it to a vote because they weren't really feeling right because they were like, he's the reason we're together. You know, he's the reason for the group. Remember? Because when he had stage fright, he was like, if all of us perform, I'll feel a lot better. And so, they put it to a vote. They're all crying and everything like that. Like, Gary's like, raise your hand if you want him out. They all raise their hand. And then we see Bobby, you know, packing up. He had his bags packed. Cab came in to get him, and he went home. So, yeah, but this really went into the depth of, how bad, because I mean, of course, we've heard that Bobby did cocaine. He's admitted to it. But he didn't force Whitney to do it. Never mind. I don't even want to say nothing about that. Rest in peace, Whitney. Rest in peace, Whitney. Rest in peace, and Bobby Christina. Can y'all believe that? When they said that about Bobby, I was like, really? I don't even want to get into it. Such a shame. Anyway, Bobby Brown, everybody. Talented dude. But he's like in the car because Gary's looking for him. And so he's like, where's Bobby? Everybody's like, I don't know. The last time we saw him was last night. Gary hears like this loud music come out of his car. He goes over. Bobby's in there with two girls. And he's doing cocaine. Like, it's coming out, snot and stuff coming out of his nose. And Gary's like, you do cocaine now? Like, what the heck? And I thought Bobby was going to punch him for a second. Because it looked like he was just gone. Like, when Gary opened the door, Bobby was looking like, where am I at? Like, what the... Like, he couldn't even stand up straight, you know? I don't know. He was doing a lot. Bobby was doing a lot, you know? And even just always wanted to be out front. Like, it was almost like okay, you got mad that Ralph always had solos and stuff. Okay, all the guys were kind of upset about that, but you weren't really mad that you were dancing. You were mad that you weren't the one getting all the solos. So it wasn't like, oh, we don't all have equals. The fact you wanted to be the one out in the front, Bobby. And we know that. You know what I mean? So, I mean, we know Bobby known for being a show off and stuff like that. Not saying he's not talented, I'm just saying. So Bobby, yeah. And then I didn't know this. Like, Bobby was actually, what they alluded to and kind of said was that Bobby was actually selling drugs for a little while because they weren't getting enough. Of course, we know they were screwed over by record labels time and time again. So Bobby was out there selling drugs, and of course he was doing them. And then he had a baby. He was happy about the kid, you know. You know, Bobby Brown, man. Bobby Brown. Okay, so the money that you had in the car was for her, because Malika, I want to say her name is. I hope I didn't get that wrong. Malika is the girl that, you know, he got pregnant. And I knew it because I was like, I know him and Whitney. He had other kids. Like, I knew that. So, okay, but yeah, so the girl in the car, he was talking to her like trash, though. So I was like, this is your baby mother, or, you know, and you kind of talking to her like that, because then at one point when they get pulled over because Bobby's speeding, she's like, the cop pulls him over and she's like, do you know who this is? This is the lead singer of New Edition. And he was like, shut the heck up. Like, I was like, who is he? Like, I was thinking like he talking to her like she just another one of his girls. And I was like, she gonna take that too? And then when it came out, he was like, I had $6,000 in the car, and he kept saying a friend loaned it to me, a friend. which then later on, again, it was implied that he was selling drugs. That's how he got the money. And he was like, that money was for her, which I guess was nice, you know. But yeah, they said Bobby was, after he got kicked out of the group even, when the CEO came to speak to him, he was like, your mama said you out here trying to run the streets, you in here, you hanging with the dudes now, that's what you do? And by the way, with that CEO, they tried to give us rags to riches. Like, cause when Mike came up in his office, and I wonder if he was, cause I don't know much about that CEO. When Mike came in the office, he was like, what the heck is Fast Break? Because that's when he found out Gary had been playing them. He was like, what is Fast Break? The CEO was like, who you think you're talking to coming up to my office, little bat? He was like, I don't even want to say what he called him. He was like, what you going to do? He was like, who you talking to? I said, oh, wait a minute. He got a little bit of hood life. You know what I'm saying? Hood life. You know? So yeah, when he ran up in there, he was like, everybody take a lunch. He was like, now. I was like, oh, okay, wait a minute now. Thug life? You know? So then he had Mike coming out. He was like, so what can I do for you, Mike? And he's like, what the heck is Fast Break, man? I came here for you to tell me the truth. What is Fast Break? He was like, the truth is Gary's signed to us, you're signed to him. And Mike is like, what? No, he works for us. We don't work for him. He was like, why would he do that? He was like, why do you think, man? He's getting paid, pretty much is what he said. And he was like, telling him, like, so pretty much Gary's been getting paid when y'all haven't. Like, that's how it goes. He was like, but he stood in my living room with my family and gave us this whole BS about expenses and how he wasn't really seeing no money either. Meanwhile, he's really been eating off of us. And then he goes, Mike, because he about to leave, he goes, welcome to the music business. No, he said, Mr. Bivens, welcome to the music business. I said, whatever. Okay. Yeah, and when he went to talk to Bobby, he's telling him we're obligated to give you a solo album because of a clause that was in the contract. He basically, you're a valuable member, so if you leave, we're obligated. So he was like, oh, really? He ended up doing the solo album. Which, by the way, next week, I can't wait to see that, because Bobby is still on stuff. Okay. A talent to do, that's all it's a talent to do. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, Ralph, they found out Ralph was trying to go solo. And they were not happy for him. Now, I'm not saying they should have been ecstatic about it. And I see where they were at though, because it was like, we're at a point where we have a hard time trusting anybody because we've been played. Now you're telling us you thinking about leaving the group, and then Ron is like, what about, he's telling them, he's like, I pay the bills for my whole family, Ronnie is saying. He's like, so what do I do if he leaves the group, then what? We're not going to be New Edition anymore without the lead singer, is pretty much what he's saying. And then so Mike is like, I don't know, but I'm not relying on him to, put food in our mouths no more. Like, it's not going to happen. So that's when they ended up having Johnny in, and Ralph got mad because he was like, why would you didn't even consult me. They were like, oh, you talking about leaving the group, because he dissed all three of them because they were mad. So he was like, he told Ronnie, he was like, why don't you go start that modeling career, Ronnie? And then he tells Riz, he's like, no, he tells Ricky, he goes, if I'm out the group, Ricky, you might actually get to sing lead, so you should be happy. And then he says to Mike, he was like, and Mike, you always trying to act like you the boss, like you running something, but you're not running nothing. You never have and you never will. Like, so he dissed all of them. So then he came into the meeting and Johnny was there. Like, he the new member of New Edition with Jimmy Jam and Terry. Yes, I'm gonna, wait a minute. Yeah, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. So yeah, they come in, he comes in there, he's like, what is this guy doing here? Like, he was rude too. I was like, oh, but Johnny was cool because he understood. He was like, wait a minute, man. Nobody told me that you didn't know I was joining the group. And then Ralph was like, no, I'm not mad at you. Why wouldn't y'all tell me you didn't even put it to a vote or nothing? And he was like, I'm not splitting my check 5 ways no more. So unless Bobby is coming back, 4 of us are New Edition. And then Johnny and Ralph actually ended up having a heart-to-heart. After Johnny was in there killing that verse, was that Boyz II Men, support a family? Something like that. I think that's called Boyz II Men. Which reminded me of Boyz II Men. But anyway, that's another group. That's another group. They should do something with Boyz II Men. This is really good. So yeah, he comes out there doing his heart-to-heart. And, really pretty much telling him that I was really kind of in my feelings because egos were kind of like this. You know, you're a good singer. He's like, not as good as me, but, and then Johnny like, okay, man, like, alright. And so he's like, we cool with it, like, yeah. And so he even tells him, he's like, so what did Mike come up to? He was like, he came up to me like, yo, JG, you think you ready for that music life or something like that? Ready to go to make it take your career to the next level? And then Ralph was like, he really be trying to talk like he an executive. He like, yeah, man, for real. And he was like, what did he tell you? You was going to be the new Bobby? He was like, nah, he told me I was going to be the new you. He was like, man to man. And he was like, wow, really? And it ended up talking about Johnny's relationship with Stacey Lattisaw and how her parents pretty much said that he wasn't good for her career, so they broke up. But he was like, really, it was because I was black. Like, that's how he was feeling. So, yeah, this was good. This was good. I'm here for tomorrow night because I know it's about to be on 10. Okay, like I said, because Bobby is still on stuff. Okay. You know what I mean? Just calm down, Bobby. You know? Just calm down. Alright? Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Through the good times and the bad times. I like this. Can't stand the rain? Can you stand the rain? My bad. You better cool it now. Ooh, watch out. You're gonna lose control. Cool it now. Slow down. That's the song. Cool it. Mr. Telephone Man, there's something wrong with my line. And then Mike, I like his part. He was like, please, operator. I said, stop cutting out. No, because you know Bryce Shear from Empire, it was Hakeem. So I feel like he tried to add a little bit more, like, appeal. And I was like, cut it out, Bryce Shear. Like, just, he said, please, operator, can you please check my line? I know she wouldn't have it. You know what I mean? I'm just like, cut it out. Because, okay, we know Michael Bivins is a smooth criminal, you know. But he didn't do the line like that. So I was like, Bryce Shear, calm down. And then that's when actually he came out of the studio and Bobby and him had made up. He was like, you know, did the little slap up. And by the way, I think, like, they were really trying to get people to understand that they couldn't be kids forever. Because we know New Edition, it was built on a kid, you know, their kids group. So, like, when things happen, Gary is telling them, by the way, F Gary, and let me just say, sorry about the sorry, though. Forget Gary, and let me just say, I appreciated when Mike brought him to the table with the lawyer that Gary knew. Joel was his name. And so Gary's like, is everything okay? Joel, the lawyer, hands him the paper. He's like, opens the paper. He was like, you're firing me? He was like, after everything I've done, he was like, after everything you've done for us, you better be like you're getting off easy, because he still think he didn't know. And I kind of wish he would have stuck it to him, like, you didn't think I was going to find out that we weren't actually signed to the MCA Universal? You didn't think we were going to find that out? And he was like, is Ralph cool with this? And this, that, and the third. He was like, you don't need to worry about us no more. And then the lady comes up. She's like, somebody ordered a head for a prime rib. And then and Mike is like, oh, that's me. He was like, oh, he got it. He definitely got enough money. And then he walks out. He's like, you can put it on his bill, and then walks out. He's like, my homie Joel gonna spit the stuff to you. I got stuff to do. And he left. And then the lawyer gonna be like, how are the kids? And he gonna be like, the kids are fine. The kids are great. You know what I mean? Like, he really stuck it to him. And then we kind of find out that Ralph and the CEO, I can't think of his name. I don't know why. Ralph and the CEO of MCA Universal, they kind of had this buddying partnership, because he tells Ralph at some point, he was like, when you need money or something like that, who got your back? He's telling Ralph, because Ralph was thinking about, he's like, man, can I put out my solo album already? And so the CEO was telling him, like, look, man, we got to be very careful. We got to put this out at the right time. So he's like, let's put out the New Edition album first. And then Ralph was not trying to hear that. He's like, come on, man. Like, I'm doing all this just so I can go solo. You told me I could have my album out. He's like, you want me to be straight with you, man? He was like, okay, well, the truth is, New Edition still owes MCA another album. So until then, I'm going to need you to hang tight, man. Like, I told you, we going to put the album out. He's like, I knew I should have went to Hollywood Records. He was like, Disney? What he gonna offer you that? What that label gonna offer you that I can't? He was like, that mouse. What that mouse gonna give you? He was like, that mouse offered me $6 million. He was like, $6 million. He was like, look, who always got your back? Not New Edition's back, but your back. I was like, what? So you know what I mean? Ralph, being the lead singer, I guess made some connections. obviously, and he never told the guys that we know of that Maurice had actually offered him a solo deal, and he declined it and said, no, it has to be all of us or none, you know, because he was like, we don't roll like that around here, you feel me? So this was very good. I'm definitely looking forward to tonight. To try and watch it, because I know they're going to be replaying 1 and 2 tonight, so if you haven't seen it yet, try and watch it. It's very good. You will not regret it. Let me think. I don't want to miss anything essential. They fired Gary. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, this was very good. Through the good times and the bad times. Killed. Oh yeah, Luke James was killing it. I just have to. Can I say Luke James was killing it? Like when it was that him singing, when he did Johnny Gill's verse and the vocalizing and everything. I said, "Is that you, Luke?" You know, I was like, "Whoa." You know, I said, "Wait, is Johnny in the studio?" He killed it. He killed it. It was very good. Very good. I'm here for tonight. Hope y'all are watching it. It's your girl Jada J. I'm out.